Meta-inflammation is like that hidden fire inside you which makes you sick even if you're eating less. Weight doesn't come down, sugars remain out of control. In elderly, over a period of time, it can create memory decline, raise the blood pressure, and even cholesterol. So in this video, we are giving you 3 powerful tests to know whether you have meta-inflammation, and one special tip called Pral foods, which hardly any doctor is talking about. So watch the video till the end to tackle meta-inflammation. Before you learn about meta-inflammation, it's important to know about inflammation per se, which you can connect with easily by just remembering the last mosquito bite you had. Whenever you get an insect or a mosquito bite, that area becomes little red, it gets swollen up, there's little itchy or there is a little pain over there. And in medical school, they taught us color, dolor, tumor. That's how inflammation is taught. But as a practicing doctor, and now I'm 52 years of age, I have found that inflammation is not the major problem. What is the major problem is metabolic inflammation. Meta-inflammation, whereby your brain, your heart, your liver, your muscles, and even your fat is undergoing some degree of color, dolor, tumor, which means there is some swelling happening over there, maybe some redness happening over there, and pain might not be there because typically meta-inflammation, metabolic inflammation doesn't involve any fever or infection. So it's important that we understand this fire which is there inside the system and how to tackle it. So how will you come to know that you have more fire inside you? You have more meta-inflammation inside you. The simplest test, which is a blood test, is HSCRP, highly sensitive C-reactive protein. If it's above 1, there is some kind of meta-inflammation going on, and if it is above 3, then your heart arteries are getting blocked, and that will be mentioned in your medical report. If it is about 10, it means there is some proper infection running in your system. Besides HSCRP, the ratio of your triglycerides to HDL is very insightful. If your HDL is 40 and your triglycerides are above 80, which means the ratio is more than 2, it means that you are right now in a fat storing mode rather than fat burning mode, and this could be because of meta-inflammation in your system. And the third test is the simplest test. For this, you require a measuring tape which is there in every family and household. What you do is you find the area between your ribs and your hip bone and the midpoint of that. I repeat, the end of the ribs and start of your hip bone here where you hold your belt, the midpoint of that, and over there you put the measuring tape. And if the measuring tape, let's say, shows 34, then you need to have your height below double of that, which is 68. Now we can't change our height, but we can change our waist. So if your waist is 36 and you're 68 inches tall, which means you're 5'8", you have 2 inches extra waistline, waist circumference, and that itself can create more meta-inflammation. So excess fat in the body creates meta-inflammation. Excess free flowing fat in your blood, which is triglycerides, that creates meta-inflammation. And once meta-inflammation increases around the cells, around the arteries, it can start triggering a rise in the HSCRP, which you can come to know through your blood test. Alright, these are tests to diagnose, but how does meta-inflammation start? It starts with rising your sugars and rising your fat. So if there is excess nutrition, you're eating more than what you're burning, which is common by the time you're 35 or 40. Most of us are eating a little bit more than what we are burning, and that is accumulating fat for us. So excess nutrition chronically done over a longer period of time creates inflammation. Chronic stress is a very, very big cause of meta-inflammation. Poor sleep, poor micronutrients, Junk food which creates a leaky gut and your gut inflammation, whereby important chemicals start leaking out of your intestines into the blood, start creating fire inside your entire body. So the roots of meta-inflammation lie in excess nutrition, lack of sleep, too much of stress, too much of refined or junk food, and a leaky gut. So how do we reduce and slowly kind of get rid of meta-inflammation? First, we have to start with the diet. It's Annamaya Kosha, food body, so the food has to be right. Typically plant-based food, a lot of veggies, even ginger, turmeric, omega-3s, fruits can help you reduce the inflammation in your body. And this point connects with a specific input we want to give you, and that is PRAL food items, potential renal acid load foods. I'll be talking about that in a short while. But before I come to that, besides the right food, you need to take time out and repair your leaky gut. You need to increase your gut microbiome positively with prebiotic and probiotic food items. It could be in the form of kimchi, sauerkraut, simple achars, kanjis, and even food item like cabbage. If you take shredded cabbage, add some salt and lemon to it, mix it with your fingers in the morning and have it in the evening, it will be having some more positive bacteria inside it by the time you eat it in the evening. So simple changes in food and improving prebiotic, probiotic food items can help you clean up the leaky gut, plus glutamine rich food like cabbage, broccoli, spinach, parsley, lentils, beans, etc. will be very useful. Also remember PRAL, potential renal acid load, and this is very crucial to understand in today's times because there's a lot of confusing information on what is good for you and what's not good for you. If you want to reduce meta-inflammation, you need to take a little understanding into every food item having a PRAL number, a PRAL index, and in that the maximum potential renal acid loading food on earth is cheese plus 30, followed by eggs and meat which are around plus 8, and even refined grains, refined wheat, refined rice can be around plus 3.5. All of this will increase the acid load of your kidneys and overall acid in the system, triggering meta-inflammation. That's why it's so important to move towards plant-based food. And if you look at the negative PRAL foods, top of the charts is spinach, minus 14, and many of the greens are minus 10 plus. Then comes lentils around minus 3 plus, almonds, apple, broccoli around minus 2, minus 1. So if you stay with more plant-based food for a certain period of time, for 2-3 months, it's going to help you to reduce your overall meta-inflammation in the body, thereby helping you reverse diabetes, BP, cholesterol, heart disease, obesity big time. Besides focus on food, fix your sleep. After the age of 40, the number one treatment for everyone begins with minimum 7.5 hours of sleep, starting at 10 or 10:30, maximum 11 p.m. If you prioritize your sleep to 7.5 hours, going up to 8 to 9 hours also if needed, that will bring down the fire in your system. And so will be deep breathing. Many of us are having collapsed lungs. We are on our phone, we are on our laptops, we've got hunched backs, we've got vulture necks, we have compromised spinal postures, because of which we are not breathing optimally. Breathing gets an oxygen, and oxygen is the biggest anti-inflammatory tool available to us 24 hours a day, because the opposite, carbon dioxide, carbonic acid, is what triggers more inflammation. So if you start breathing correctly, and for that I invite you to join and learn whole system breathing, whereby you interlock your fingers and breathe into the stomach, chest, back and sides. And there are separate videos on this on Insta and Facebook of mine. If you go through that every hour, just do whole system breathing, which is also yogic breathing, just 2 or 3 times. Your overall breathing will get corrected. You start feeling brighter. You'll have more oxygen going into the system, and that oxygen will be able to deliver the nutrients better to every nook and corner of your body. And as your oxygenation and hemoglobin improves and overall blood improves, you will be able to take away the toxins also better, largely in the form of carbon dioxide. So improve breathing, improve sleep, improve your food. Goes to say exercise is going to be important, but don't over exercise, because over exercise can increase inflammation. Again, you need to have rest and recovery properly there. I'm not getting into what kind of exercise in this particular video. So summary of the video: 3 simple tests: triglyceride to HDL ratio below 2, HSCRP below 1, and waist less than half of your height. Go for more and more negative pral food, fix your gut, sleep well, breathe super, and bring the fire down. Just cool your system and actually get rid of many health problems. All the best.